Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashum, Yahweh Shah, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only God's son name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shah, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the occupant pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the walk through our listen learning, the few sisters who are listening learning. I'm Isaiah from GMS Orlando Camp coming into the lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification, and the daily edification, Lord willing, this be edifying. So I titled this lesson, The Separation of the Nations in Matthew 25, in the Matthew 25th chapter. So I was just meditating on this at the plantation, because you got these new bug outs, which they not new. They just, they popping up out of everywhere, man. These little roaches. So real quick, I'm just gonna show these images of these bug outs that have no understanding of these scriptures. And it's all of the plantation Christians. So you had this guy here, Justin Francis, right? You got this bug out here. Let me come back to me. We'll show these other two bug outs. You got this guy here. Here's the other bug out. What his name is? Tate Jackson. Tate Jackson, right? Then you got this bug out here. Plantation Christianity is through, man. So we're gonna go through Matthew 25 and see why the Lord says he's gonna separate these nations. This guy here, this the guy Elder Manat Nazak did a video on last night. This guy here, what his name is? Ron White, right? So you got these bug outs and Vocal Malone and there's many others, right? Right, through Jackson. Hey, shalom to the occupant not walk on the comment board. Shalom for tuning in. Yahweh Shema Shah Barakatham. To all for tuning in. So I was meditating on Matthew 25, right? So in Matthew 25, I'm gonna start at 31. It reads, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and before the Lord Yahweh shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left, right? Verse 41 say, then shall he say unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Now, when you go to Revelation, because the Lord is finna, why is the Lord is going to, why, if everybody can be saved, why is he going to separate these nations? Let's dig into this. Now, Revelation chapter 7, after, when you read verse 4 through 8, it talks about the 144,000 from all 12 tribes. When you read verse 9, it say, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hand. Now, this is talking about after the 144,000. We understand it. We know what it's talking about. After the 144,000, he's going to take an unknumbered multitude from them same 12,000. 12,000 from, an unknumbered multitude from Judah, Benjamin, Levi, all 12 tribes. That's all it's saying. It's plain to us. But anyway, let's get this. This is when you go to Deuteronomy 16, because I'm finna go into Acts chapter 2. When you go in Deuteronomy 16, let me get this real quick. It's talking about the Passover, right? It's a Deuteronomy 16 and 1. It's a observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy power. For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy power brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Lord thy power of the flock and the herd in the place which the Lord shall choose to place his name there, right? So it tell you that 3 times a year, men had to go to Jerusalem, right? It say, so let's get this. Verse 16. Deuteronomy 16 and 16 reads, 3 times in a year shall all thy males, listen, because this is important. This is important because we're going to read Acts chapter 2. It say, Deuteronomy 16 and 16. This is a covenant, this is a law the Lord gave to the men of Israel. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy power in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, and the feast of weeks, and the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before the Lord empty. Right? This is talking to the men of Israel. Now, when you go in Acts chapter 2, starting at 1, it reads, and when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. Who? Who is this? And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place. Who is this talking about? This is Deuteronomy 16 and 16, which I just read, right? And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and began to speak with other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. It say under every nation under heaven, right? Well, when you go to Deuteronomy 28 and 64, the Lord say he scattered us, right? Throughout the 4 corners of the earth. Now, the only ones can come to this in Jerusalem are Israelites. Heathens didn't partake in the Passover, man. See, these guys, they don't read. It plainly said in Deuteronomy 16 and 16, 3 times a year, all males of Israel supposed to appear to the Feast of Weeks, the Feast of unleavened bread, right? The Feast of Tabernacles. This is to Israel only. It say, now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came. Hold on, let's go back. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. So I'm gonna stop there for a second. When you go to Matthew 24, right? It say, this is Matthew 24 and 29. It reads, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the 4 winds from one end of heaven to the other. What is this talking about? The four corners of the earth, right? When you go to Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 6, let's read this. It reads, Ho ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord Yahweh, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord. Who got spread abroad? The Israelites. You can read Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27 through 29, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. It's all over. So I want to deal with this. Deuteronomy 16 and 16, linking that with Acts chapter 2. So it's back in Acts 2 and verse 5. It reads, And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. This is talking about Israelites only that were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth that came to Jerusalem, right? Let's read it again. Deuteronomy 16 and 16. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy power in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before the Lord Yahweh empty. This is talking to who? Israelites. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of the Lord Yahweh thy power, which he hath given thee. So in Acts 2 and 5, and there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language, and they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, Behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in our own tongue wherein we were born? Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia and Pontus and Asia. These places, when you look them up, Mesopotamia, Cappadocia, Pontus, uh, Parthians, all these places is round about Asia Minor. It say Phrygia and Pamphylia in Egypt and in parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers at Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians. We do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of power. The Heavenly Father, it's a Yahweh of power, Yahweh Shema Bashar. Now, this is talking about only Israelites, man. Only one that can go to Jerusalem to celebrate any of these three feasts is Hebrew Israelites. Let's get this. This is another one in First Peter, right? First Peter's 1 and 1. When you read these scriptures, man, it's plain. But as it say in Matthew 13 and 16, blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear, because this is not for everybody. That's what the Lord told. Let me get this. That's what the Lord told the disciples. This is Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So we understand everybody ain't gonna get it. But these lessons is for those that are still waking up, man. Those that the Lord is still activating. Come on, I'm finna read that now. That was one of the precepts. So this also is First Peter chapter 1, verse 1, which the brother, the brother Dawadah put up. It say, Peter, an apostle of Yahweh Mashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia, elect according to the foreknowledge of power of the Father through sanctification of the Spirit unto obedience and sprinkling the blood of Yahweh Mashiach, grace unto you and peace be multiplied. It said Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia, right? Let's get this. This is Isaiah 11:11. These are all the places where Israelites were scattered at, man. But they all had to go to Jerusalem 3 times a year, man. You see, you can't get around this, man. This Acts chapter 2, linking back to Deuteronomy 16, you can't get around this, man. It say Isaiah 11:11, and it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. These are all different places scattered, man, where Israelites were scattered at. Now, this is Mark chapter 3 and verse. Let's get this. This is Mark 3 and 7. It reads, but Yahushua withdrew himself with his disciples to the sea, and a great multitude from Galilee followed him, and from Judea, and from Jerusalem, and from Idumea, and from beyond Jordan, and they about Tyre and Zidon. Go back into this woman in Matthew 15, which is the same woman in Mark chapter 7, man, right? The Syrophoenician woman, the Canaanite woman, supposedly, allegedly. It's but Yahushua withdrew himself, Mark 3 and 7, with his disciples to the sea, and a great multitude followed from Galilee. Multitude from Galilee followed him, and from Judea, and from Jerusalem, and from Idumea, and from beyond Jordan, and they about Tyre and Zidon, a great multitude, when they had heard what great things he did, came unto him. These are Israelites, man. It said Idumea and Tyre and Zidon, man. Is this talking about Edomites? No, man. This is so let's get this. Now in Matthew 25, right? He said he's going to set, let's go back to this. Matthew 25 and 34, right? He say, Matthew 25 and 32. It say, let's read 31 again. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. Why do the Lord have to separate all the nations? He's going to gather the nations. Why do it need to be a separation? Because Israelites is scattered among all nations, and he's going to do what? Let's get this. This is Amos chapter 9 and 9. The Lord is gathering all nations, right? Every last nation to do what? To sift Israel from among them, man. It's Amos 99. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Hold on, let's get this. Deuteronomy 32 and 8. It reads, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. Why is the Lord finna gather all nations and then separate them? This is the book of Esther in the Apocrypha, chapter 10 and verse 10. Therefore have he made 2 lots, one for the people of God and another for all the Gentiles. Ain't gonna be no 3-4 sections. It's gonna be one side for the sheep and the goats Everybody else on the other side, man. Therefore have you made two lots, one for the people of God and another for all the Gentiles. These two lots came at an hour and time and day of judgment before God among all nations. I just read it in Deuteronomy 32 and 8, man. So God remembered his people and justified his inheritance. Let's get this. This is Ecclesiasticus 15 and 13. It reads, the Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear power loveth it not. He himself made man from the beginning. Salakia, wrong precept. Salakia. Ecclesiastes 13 and 15. Salakia. It say, verse 14, love the Lord all thy life and call upon him for thy salvation. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. That's what Yahushua is doing in Matthew 25, man. He's gathering all nations to do what? To sift Israel, man. And he's doing it now. Let's get this. This is Matthew chapter 13, right? Let's read this. This is Matthew 13 and 24. It reads, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which soweth good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat. Now remember, the wheat are the Israelites. The tares are these guys that look like Israelites, but they heathens, right? They got a heathen father, maybe an Israelite mother. Yeah, they got a Israelite mother, but a heathen father. These are tares. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servant of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? He said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, will thou then that we go and gather them up? That's what we tell you right now. We don't know who's who. You can't look at some guy that look like a so-called white person and say that they're Job 9:24, man. It could be an Israelite. That's not for us to judge. Our job is to push this gospel, right? That's it. The Lord is gonna send the angels to do that, man. That's not our job. That's not our job to judge a person on how they look, man. The scripture tell you what is that? John 9:24, man. I think it say, right? John 9:24, right? Judge not according to appearance, man. Our job is not to judge a person on their skin color, man. Because Israel, as it was that Jeremiah 12, right? Israel going Jeremiah 12 and 9. Israel gonna look like speckled birds, man. That's not our job. Our job is to push the gospel. That's it. So it say, and that's what the Lord telling this servant right here. Don't worry about how they look. Just wait. I'm gonna do that at the end. It say, he said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, nay, least while you gather up the tares, you root up also the wheat with them. You don't know who is Israelite. You got these bug outs talking about all 12 tribes looking like John Shaft. No, man. We are speckled bird, and the Lord did that for a reason, man. If Esau knew every last one of us, we would have been dead, man. If Esau knew every Simeonite, every Judite, every Benjaminite, every Levite, if he knew every last one of us down to the last number, we'll be dead, man. Okay? It say, but he said, nay, least while you gather the tares, you root also the wheat with them. Let both grow together unto the harvest, and in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Hold on, let's get this. In Job 39, right? It tell you about the unicorn. Let's read this. This is Job 39 in verse 9. Will a unicorn be willing to serve thee or abide by thy crib? Yes, it will. If you got internet in your home, if you putting up your lessons on YouTube, it's going to abide by your crib. You control what you put up on YouTube, right? Can thou bind the unicorn with his band in the furrow, or will he harrow the valleys after thee? Will thou trust him because his strength is great? Yeah, the worldwide band, right? That's his strength is great. Good signal to do lessons through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. Or would thou leave thy labor to him once you put the videos on YouTube? They out there, man. Right? Cyberspace, YouTube land. Would thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed and gather it into thy barn? The hopeful elect is being gathered. What bond? The tabernacle of David, man. Right? Like I just read in Matthew 13. It's the unicorn that's gathering. The highways and hedges, right? The unicorn, man. Let's go back. It's beautiful, man. So Matthew 13, the Lord said, what? Gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. The wheat is the hopeful elect of Israel, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Right? This is verse 36. It say, then said Yahushua, then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. Right? The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. It's not for us to say who's the Israelite or who's not, man. Romans 8:16 said we check the spirit. That's it, man. It's the Lord that's going to, the angels going to do the separation. It say, as therefore the tares are gathered and burnt in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. Right? This is so this is Matthew 13 and 47. It reads, again, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind. That's why I brought out Ecclesiastes 13, right? It say, I'm gonna read it again. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which, when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. That's what Yahushua was doing in Matthew 25, man. When he said he set the sheep on the right and the goats on the left. Right? It say, so shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just. All we got to do is preach the gospel, man, and be patient. Stay diligent. Stay sincere, man. The Lord is going to send the angels and they're going to separate. So in Matthew 25, why was the Lord gathering all the nations? Because Israel is scattered among all these nations, man. And the angels is going to do the severing, man. Let's read this again, Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 13 and 15. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. So this is Yahushua in Matthew 25, Let's read it again. Matthew 25 and 32 reads, 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations. Why? If everybody can be saved, why is the Lord gathering all nations, man? And he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. And we know the goats are talking about these heathens, starting with Esau, Edom, and also 2/3 of Jacob's goats, man. They 2/3 goats, man. Why? The Lord say, if they will not listen to you, bring two more. If they won't hear the church, let them be to thee as a heathen and a publican, man. That's 2/3 of Jacob. They are in that section with the goats, man. The Lord say he separated us. We had these people come up a while ago. Talking about the Lord never separated. Yeah, he did, man. He said he made two lots, man. One for his people and another for all the heathens, man. Deuteronomy 32 and 8 again. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, man. There's a separation. Let's read this again in editions of Esther 10 and 10. It say, therefore have he made two lots, one for the people of God and another for all the Gentiles. And these two lots came in an hour and time and day of judgment before power among all nations. So power remember his people and justify his inheritance. Hold on, let's get this. In Ecclesiasticus 33, it says this. This is Ecclesiastes 33 and verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. Right? In Ecclesiastes 42 and 24, it says this. All things are double, one against another, and he have made nothing imperfect. You can't say the work of the Lord is imperfect, man. He made two and two, one against another. All things, Ecclesiastes 42 and 24, all things are double, one against another, and he have made nothing imperfect, man. Oh, what is that? Proverbs. Let's get this. It's Proverbs 29 and 27. It reads, an unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. So when the Lord gathered all these nations in Matthew 25, and he's separating the sheep on the right and the goats on the left, man, because he's sifting the house of Israel from among these heathens, man. It's just plain. Let's read the brother precept. This is GMS Saints of the Most High, the brother Dawadah. He put up Revelations 5 and 9, and they sung a new song, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seal thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to power by thy blood out of every kindred, out of, you see that? It say out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. That's plain. You see that? Let's read it again. Revelations 5 and 9. This is plain, man. But the only ones going to understand this is the hopeful elect, man. And that's what Vocab and Ty Jackson and Ron White And what's this other guy name is? Um, this demon. Justin Francis. They ain't gonna understand, man. It's saying they, let's read again, Revelation 5 and 9, and they sung a new song, that song of salvation, which is in Deuteronomy. Um, man, I've been reading so much, I forgot where it was at. The Lord told Moses to teach Israel that song, man. Is it Deuteronomy 16, I think, no, 17? Hold on one second. One second. Let me get this. I think it's Deuteronomy 13. No, hold on. Bear with me for a second. I just want to proof this. I'm tripping. Okay, Deuteronomy 31, Salakia. It's been a minute. I used to bring out a lot, man. So, and right here, the brother put it up. Revelations 5 and 9. This is about the song of deliverance. Hey, and it tell you in Matthew 7, I mean not Matthew, Revelation 7 and Revelation 14, the only one can learn this song are the 144,000. Why does it say it like that? Because the 144,000 have to sing this song to the hopeful elect, man, to the rest of the 1/3, man, right? That unknown multitude. So the Lord is saying in Revelation 7 and Revelation 14, the only one that can learn this song, which is in Deuteronomy 31, the Lord told Moses to teach this song to the Israelites. That's why, hold on, in Matthew 16, is it Matthew 16? No, Matthew 11 and 16, it say, listen, but whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented. What we piping to them? This song right here, man. The song that's in Deuteronomy 31. This song, right? Oh, what is that? Ezekiel 33, right? Just hit this point real quick. The only ones can learn this song are the hopeful elect, man. It's Deuteronomy 33. It's like Ezekiel 33. I want to just hit this point in verse 32. It reads, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and can play well on the instrument. What instrument? I just read in Matthew 11. We have piped unto them, right? It say, and can play well on the instrument, for they hear thy words, but they would not do them. This is the song the Lord told Moses to teach the children of Israel, man. So Revelation 5 and 9, and they sung a new song, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to power by thy blood out of out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. It say out of all these nations, man. Let's see. Let's get on Revelation. Hold on, I'm gonna get a couple of brother precepts because the precepts I had I done already, because I wasn't planning on making this too long. This is beautiful right here. Let's read this. This is from Fisher Turn Hunter. Put up Psalms 96 and 1. Oh, sing unto the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, new song. Sing unto the Lord, all the earth. Verse 2. Sing unto the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, bless his name, show forth his salvation from day to day. Now, again, this song, let's read it, man. This is Deuteronomy 31 and verse 16. It reads, And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land, whether they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, Are not these evils come upon us, because our power is not among us? This is what the hopeful elect is going to say, and we saying it now, man. 2/3 they good, they in their kingdom. It say, and I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, in that they are turned unto other gods. Now therefore write this song for you and teach it the children of Israel. Put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel. For when I shall have brought them into the land which I swear unto their fathers, that floweth with milk and honey, and they shall have eaten and filled themselves, and waxen fat, then will they turn unto other gods and serve them, and provoke me, and break my covenant. It shall come to pass, when many evils and troubles are befalling them, that this song shall testify against them as a witness, for it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. This is the song that we singing in the highways and hedges on the unicorn. This is the song of deliverance, man. Lord willing, we get redeemed out of here, man. Listen, For it shall be not forgotten, for it shall not be forgotten out of the mouths of their seed. For I know their imaginations which they go about, even now, before I have brought them into the land which I swear. Now therefore write this song the same day. It say Moses therefore wrote this song the same day and taught it the children of Israel, man. This is the song, man. And if you can't hear the words to it, that's because you've been bugged out by this westernized music, man. So in Revelation 7, let me get these two precepts and I'm gonna close out. It's Revelation 7. This is about the song of deliverance, man. Everybody can't hear the words to this, man. You know why? Because the song sound garbage, man. This ain't some whatever music, man. Hey, this is that real song though. This is the best music you're gonna ever hear, man. This Revelation 7:1. It say, And after these things I saw four angels stand on the four corners of earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads, which is in Ezekiel the ninth chapter. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Now, let's get this. Revelations 14 and 1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion. You can read this in 2 Ezra 13, man. When it say he called unto him after he destroyed these nations, them armies, he's called unto him another peaceable multitude, man. It say, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song, because it's not a new song. It's an old song. I just read in Deuteronomy 31, the Lord say, we will, he said, they will not, they seed will not forget the song. The Lord just had to activate us with the song again, man. It's a, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And that's why everybody is in an uproar about the song of deliverance, man. Because only the 144, whomever they are, only the 144,000 men can hear this song, and they have to teach it to the unknown multitude, man. That's why anybody can't just come in. They can't learn the song. Vocab and Tate Jackson and Justin Francis and John Wright, none of these devils can learn this song, man. It's exclusive. It said, these are they which were not defiled with women, which are these philosophers of the world, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whatsoever he goeth. That's in Luke 22 and 28. He said, what? Yahweh shall say, let's read it. Let's read it. That follow Lamb whatsoever he goeth. Luke 22 and 28. Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations. First Peter 4 and 1. The sufferings of the Lord, man. And it's in various scriptures. So it say, Revelations 14 again, in verse 4, it said, these are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow Lamb whatsoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits. That's why I said in First Peter's 1 and 2, it said, elect, right? Elect of the Lord, which was foreknew, which he foreknew, man. The first fruits. It say, unto power and to the Lamb, and in their mouths found no God, for they are without fault before the throne of power, Yahweh Shema Shai. So no man can learn this song. Beautiful. I was just gonna get that out. You beat me to it. That's the spirit. Let's read it. Matter of fact, let me go to it. This is Revelation 15. I was just gonna get that. It say, matter of fact, you got it. It's Revelation 15 and 3 from the brother in his lightning Yashala, Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shai Brakatah. It reads, Revelation 15 and 3, and they sing the song of Moses. Come on, man. This show you that this is of old, man. Oh, let me get this. It say, and they sing the song of Moses, the servant of power, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, power almighty, just and true are thy ways, thy King of saints. Listen, man, they sing the song of Moses. Just that quick, I forgot what I was going to get. I was trying to remember too. My brain be skipping. I be thinking about so much. What was I finna get? Man, bro, I should have got it. Let me see if I can. Revelation 15 and 3 again, it say, and they sing the song of Moses, the servant of power, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, power, almighty, just and true are thy ways, thy King of saints. Listen, man, I forgot. I ain't what about it. The only ones can learn this song is the hopeful elect, man. This is the same song that the Lord told Moses. Why would this be in Revelation 15 and 3, man? This is the same song in Deuteronomy 31 that the Lord told Moses to teach the children of Israel. And he said they will not forget the song. They see will not forget this song, man. The Lord just had to reactivate the song to be played, man. And we're some beautiful times, man. That's why Matthew 13 and 16 reads. Let's read that. This is Matthew 13 and 16. Hey, these guys can't get the song, man. They upset. That's what it really boils down to. They upset because they can't change it. The Lord say was that in Ezra and in Nehemiah, how the breaches are beginning to be closed, man. He said it in Amos 9. He gonna build the tabernacle of David and close up the breaches, man. Ain't no more deceiving us with that plantation Christianity song, man. Nobody want to hear that anymore. It say Matthew 13 and 16, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. We can hear the song, man. We can hear the song, man. And we can, hey, but they say, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. We can hear the song, and we can see them who's singing it. Who's singing the song, man? The hopeful elect, the saints, man. Man. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of power, Yahweh Shema Shai. It was a precept I wanted to get the link with that, but ain't gonna worry about it. So, listen, man. Give all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai because you can hear this song, man. And these guys can't hear it. They have no clue of what's going on, man. They have no clue. They done been paid off and they're gonna be destroyed, man. At least they repent. Let's get this. Matthew 11. It's Matthew 11 and verse 25. It reads, and at that time, Yahweh answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent and has revealed them unto babes, man. The Lord revealed this to babes. This ain't for these guys that think they're on some level, that want to go to these theological cemeteries and come out thinking they on a level. You ain't on no level, man. The Lord is dealing with babes, man. This is Isaiah 28 and 9. It reads, whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Do you understand what this is saying? Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? You can get like Jonah and get to running, but if the Lord wants you, he's going to make you get this. And you can't do nothing but prophesy. Who can but prophesy, man? Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, which is what? Babes. First Peter 2 and 2 say, what? Desire the sincere milk that you may grow thereby. The Lord has healed. Let's read this again. Matthew 11 and 25. Because it don't matter how deep these guys think they is and what school and what cemetery they went to. It doesn't matter. The Lord is holding this back from them, man. And at that time, Yahweh answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent and has revealed them unto babes, man. This is Colossians 1 and 26. Hey, these guys is hot, man. They ain't gonna show it to you on camera, but they pissed off, man. These guys is hot, man. These guys is pissed off, man. Every last one of them. But they gotta show a different side on the camera, man. This Colossians 1 and 26. Even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. And the only way you can be a saint or a servant, you have to be a Hebrew Israelite, man. And these guys is pissed off because 2/3 it's always these jakes that come against this truth, man. But the Lord said it's supposed to be this way, man. In 1 Corinthians 11:19, it reads, for there must be also heresies among you. Let's look at this word heresies, man. I'm gonna look it up on Google real quick. Just look this up. It's a heresy. It's a they got other words for it. It's a they got blasphemy, atheism, it's a idolatry, unbelief, non-belief, paganism, separatism, right? It's a belief or opinion contrary to orthodox religious, especially Christian doctrine. So let's get it in the blue letter. Hey, cause these guys, hey, it's supposed to be the Lord. He set it up this way, man. Hey, you know when you read in what's that? 2 Peter 3:3, when they say there shall come in the last days scoffers. These guys, man. You got these scoffers that talk trash, but the Lord is going heavy now, man. He going a little more in depth with these guys coming from these cemeteries, man, thinking they on some level. That's what the Lord say. There's gonna be false Christ among us, man. Hey, and these devils is hurt. Let's get this. 1 Corinthians 11:19. These things supposed to be. Hey, this is what. Hey, when you see that like happen with we done had these we done had some young Christians came up to us about a year or two ago, and they stood down. We dealt with them. This has happened. All brothers, many counts, man. This is what sharpens your sword, man. This is what keep you sharp, man. Let's get this word heresy real quick.
Strong's G139. Hyresis. Hyresis.
It's a body of men following their own tenet, sect, or party. You got other Sadducees, other Pharisees, other Christians, but you had the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees, and you had some righteous ones. It's a party or disunion, heresy. So that's basically what I had went into. The same thing as what I said on Google. So what they doing is they are against the truth, man. It's a for there must be also heresies among you, that they which are approved may be made manifest among you. And we know who's approved. The apostles of great millstone. That's why I tell you in Second Timothy 3, right? Let's get there. So man, don't deviate, man. Because what's that? Proverbs 24:21, the Lord say, meddle not with them that's given to change, man. And we see everybody is changing the gospel, man. For what? Filthy lucre, man. It's 2 Timothy chapter 3 and 14. But continue down the things which thou hast learnt and has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learnt them. When you read 1 Corinthians 4 and 15, it tell you that we got spiritual fathers. What it say? 1 Corinthians 4 and 15. See, it's supposed to be heresies among us, man. It say 1 Corinthians 4 and 15, for though you have 10,000 instructors in Hamashiach, yet have ye not many fathers. We don't have many fathers, man. So we know who's approved. Through all the heresies that's out here, we know who's approved by Yahweh Shema Shah, man. And if you can't see it at this point, go kill yourself. That's the best bet you got. Hey, cause while these jakes trying to say these devils, let me read this. I'm finna close on this. I don't went long enough. This is Job. Man, I've been bringing this out a lot, man. Listen, whoever come after you bug out 2/3. Listen, man. Show you how slow you people's is. You have no understanding of these scriptures. Listen to what the Lord say about these Job 9:24s. These Edomites. This is Job 11. Oh, before I read this, I gotta get this. Salakia, I gotta get this. This is Psalm 73. This is Psalm 73 and verse 20. And I was going to read Job 11. I got to remember because my brain be going. This is Psalm 73 and 20. Listen, as a dream when one awaketh, so, O Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Whose image? It's talking about Esau, Edom's image. Okay? It's talking about Esau. Let's read Psalm 73 and 18. It says, surely thou set them in slippery places, thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors, as a dream when one awaketh. So, O Yahweh, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Go look at that word despise right here in this verse, because it's different from the one in Obadiah. Now, this is Job 11 and 20. Listen, I want to close. Listen to this verse, man. This is the best. Listen, when the Lord told these devils in Lamentations 4 to go rejoice and be glad, that's the best that they got, man. Bubble Eyes, Ricard from GOCC, that's the best they got is go to have a good time, man, right now. This Job 11 and 20. Listen, but the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape. You listening? Listen. Job 11 and 20. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail. Like you say, the Lord gonna cause their enterprise to come to naught, right? With that Psalms 33, and you got the one in Job 5. It say, but the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape. Listen, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost. That's the best they got, man. It say, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost, man. That's the best Esau Edom got, man. It's just to die. Just die and give up the ghost, man. Because it's going to be downhill from here, buddy. It's downhill from here, man. That's the best they got. Their hope is just to give up the ghost. That's the best the Lord say Esau got, man. Moonwalkers at concert. Yeah, bro. That's the best they got, man. Moonwalking. Listen, man. These devils is through, man. You can't save them. Let's close with it again. Job 11 and 20. I love this precept. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost. They have no hope, man. They are done. No hope. You see that? So while these demons trying to say these devils, there is no hope for Esau Edom, man. Lord wants edifying. Gotta give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rikah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether they accepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the occupants pushing the truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. Shalom to the who are listening and learning. That few sisters who are listening and learning. Lord was edifying. Till next time I say Shalom, Wa, Abba. And remember, in Amos 99 it said, shall not the least grain fall upon the earth when he do the sifting? What's a grain? It's a grain of wheat. What the Lord said in Matthew 13, put the wheat into my barn. Remember, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians are wheat. Lord willing, we get salvation on the first go, man. Shalom. The water for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. Hey, the water for all your precepts. The water for tuning in. Shalom. Wa abba. The water. Hey, call out Yahweh Shema brother.